forgiving and loving. Dear friends, Jesus places before us one of his fundamental teachings in today's Gospel. Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verses 27 to 38. Love your enemies. One aspect of this teaching is the art of forgiving oneself. We find it difficult to forgive ourselves. We cling on to our past mistakes, failures, and sins, and continue to scourge ourselves with self-condemnation and inferiority complex. We wrongly believe that the past is more powerful than the present. It is a falsehood. In this, we must learn from the Lord, who does not keep a record of our wrongdoing in relating with us. We learn from our past mistakes and try not to repeat them, accepting ourselves and loving ourselves as we are with our shortcomings. One reason why we are not able to forgive others is because we have not forgiven ourselves, accepted ourselves as we are. Once we begin to forgive and love ourselves genuinely, we also learn to forgive others and love others. Another dimension of the art of forgiving and loving is the need we have to forgive God and love God. Often we hold God responsible for our situations and failures. The ideal family and parents we did not get, the ideal schooling and job we did not receive, the ideal wife, husband, and children we did not have, are all blamed onto God. Why did God do this to me? We hold a secret grudge against God. This God is a man-made God. To forgive God hence means to destroy these idols we have created to replace Him. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Hence, it is important to break our idols of false gods and embrace the God who loves us unconditionally. David gives us a stunning example of forgiveness in the first reading of today from the book of Samuel. Saul, the king, out of jealousy, wanted to kill David and was searching for him. David had an opportunity to kill Saul, but he did not take revenge. He forgave his enemy and spared his life. Forgiveness brings out the best in us as human beings. Forgiveness is like the sandalwood which leaves its sweet smell on the axe which cuts it. Jesus forgave from the wood of the cross those who crucified him. Jesus walked the talk. We hold on to grudge because we think it will bring harm to the one who wronged us. It does not. It harms us. We find it difficult to forgive because we forget our common origin. We come from the same source, God our origin, and we are brothers and sisters. A moving story from South Africa. During the apartheid, the whites were in power. They tried to exterminate the black population. The authorities were given permission to carry out this. A police officer, Peter, walked into the house of a black family and he shot and killed the father and son in the family, leaving Margaret, now a widow, helpless. But the war got reversed and black got supremacy. They decided to bring to court any unjust crime against the black. Consequently, Margaret's case came up in the court. The police officer, Peter, who committed the crime, was brought to court. After listening to the cruel crime, the judge declared, "Margaret, whatever punishment you want to give to Peter, the court will carry it out." Margaret broke the pin drop silence. "3 punishments, Your Honor. First, the court must allow me to embrace and kiss Peter. Second, Peter should show me where my husband was buried so that I can pay respects. Third, the court should allow me to adopt Peter as my son." Margaret was a true follower of Christ who had learned the Christian art of forgiving and loving. May God bless us all.